Proszę Państwa, spotykamy się z okazji otwarcia wystawy, na tle której stoję. Wystawa pod tytułem Zmiany klimatu nie ma planety B. Niezależnego fotoreportera z Mozambiku, Antonio Cossy, który jest dzisiaj z nami. Nie ma planety B to projekt mający na celu podniesienie świadomości o zmianach klimatycznych, o problemach generalnie związanych z tymi zmianami.
Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie na otwarciu wystawy rzeczywiście wybitnego artysty Antonio Cossy z Mozambiku. W pierwszej kolejności chcę podziękować gospodarzom, bibliotece, na ręce pani Natalii Pietkiewicz-Szwarc, która bardzo przychylnie nas tutaj przyjęła z bardzo dużą cierpliwością i zaangażowaniem, więc naprawdę bardzo pani Natalii dziękuję osobiście, ale dziękuję też, proszę przekazać podziękowania panu dyrektorowi Stronkowi. Ja jestem tutaj w podwójnej roli, właśnie jako przewodnicząca jeszcze przez chwileczkę Polskiego Towarzystwa Afrykanistycznego. Z biblioteką mamy już długą współpracę. Zapraszamy Państwa na debaty afrykanistyczne, które organizujemy tutaj co miesiąc, w ostatnią środę miesiąca. Bardzo różne tematy społeczne, polityczne, kulturowe. I biblioteka jest, i nasze towarzystwo, i biblioteka jest również otwarte na tematy kulturalne, na tematy artystyczne, o czym świadczy dzisiejsza wystawa, współorganizowana również właśnie przez Instytut Studiów Iberyjskich i Iberoamerykańskich, który również mam zaszczyt prezentować. Kilka słów o dzisiejszym naszym artyście. Pracuje jako fotoreporter, jako dziennikarz również wojenny od 2004 roku. Pochodzi z Mozambiku, mieszka na co dzień w Pradze. Jest tutaj z swoją żoną, z Ewą i z uroczymi córeczkami, które także bardzo serdecznie witamy i bardzo dziękujemy, że są razem z nami. Zajmuje się tematami Antonio różnymi, społecznymi. Tutaj dzisiaj ta wystawa, o której zaraz sam opowie, dotyczy właśnie, tak jak pani Natalia mówiła, zmian klimatycznych, ale zajmuje się również kryzysem uchodźczym z różnych powodów, z powodów politycznych, z powodów właśnie również zmian klimatycznych. Jest akredytowanym dziennikarzem w Ukrainie, kiedy tylko rozpoczęła się rosyjska agresja na Ukrainę, pojechał do Ukrainy i był tam już kilkukrotnie, rejestrując, zbierając świadectwa zbrodni wojennych popełnianych przez Rosjan. Więc jest artystą, który realizuje bardzo różne projekty. W Krakowie w zeszłym roku była wystawa Antonia na UJ-cie z okazji Kongresu Afrykanistycznego, właśnie organizowanego przez nasze Polskie Towarzystwo Afrykanistyczne. Tam pokazywał swoje zdjęcia dotyczące albinosów, ochrony albinosów w Afryce. Zajmuje się zbrodniami rytualnymi dokonywanymi na osobach dotkniętych albinizmem. Był teraz, dosłownie kilka dni temu wrócił z Afryki, w Tanzanii, gdzie też ten projekt właśnie organizował. Ta wystawa wpisuje się również w obchody, w jakie i my chcemy się wpisać, i jako Polskie Towarzystwo Afrykanistyczne, i jako Instytut Studiów Iberyjskich i Ośrodek właśnie Badań Portugalistycznych, to znaczy 50-lecia niepodległości Mozambiku, kraje, które były dawnymi koloniami Portugalii w Afryce, Angola, Mozambik, Gwinea-Bissau, Wyspy Zielonego Przylądka, Wyspa Świętego Tomasza i Książęca, po 500-letniej obecności i kolonizacji portugalskiej właśnie w 1975 roku proklamowały niepodległość, więc cieszymy się, że właśnie artystę z tego kraju, z jednego z tych krajów, z Mozambiku mamy wśród nas i że razem przy temacie mało może świątecznym, tak, ale ważnym bardzo temacie, wpisujemy się też w te obchody właśnie 50-lecia niepodległości krajów afrykańskich języka portugalskiego.
Tutaj spotykamy się raz kolejny z wystawą w imię wolności, prawda? Bo rok temu byliśmy tutaj i bo święto był obchody 50 lat rewolucji goździków i właśnie tutaj jesteśmy tutaj razem jeszcze raz związane z taką też z tym wydarzeniem. Ja właśnie chciałem tylko podziękować osobom, które pracowali i dzięki którym ta wystawa jest możliwa. I oczywiście chciałem podziękować jeszcze raz Bibliotece na Koszykowej, oczywiście pani Natalii Pietkiewicz-Szwarc za jej angażowanie oraz jej zespołowi. Oczywiście biblioteka jest dla nas cenny partner i no, dzięki bibliotece to pozwala nam dotrzeć do tak wielu osób. Po drugie, oczywiście ja muszę podziękować moje koleżance z zakładu, to Renata Diaz-Schmidt, bo oczywiście to dzięki niej możemy tutaj być. Dziękuję Renata za twoje wielkie zaangażowanie. I trzeci to oczywiście podziękować Antônio. Antônio, obrigado por estares aqui, por tirar estas fotografias e fazeres este trabalho que é fundamental.
Thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank everybody to come here. And special is not so happy topic, but you made effort to come here. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to talk about war. Then I will coming back to the context of the climate change, because normally we're talking about the refugees, about the war, conflict, refugees, and people who are in war or in conflicts. They always travel to another country. And we host them. We give them a campsite or home or room to stay because they have a safe place to be out of them homes. But the climate change, refugee or migration, when we talk about migration or climate change, they have no place to go because they flee from where they're from, the areas where they're living, and they go to another place where it's already or very dry and hot or a lot of water and raining. So it's different. It's like, and is what sooner or later is going to happen with us if we don't do something about the climate, about the climate or the situation we're living. Why I'm saying that is because the war is different. The war, we can stop the war. I mean, we cannot stop the war. Only leaders and politicians can stop the war. But the universe, we can, all of you, each of us can do something to stop the climate change to be the worst that it is now. And I'm not going to say a lot of things. I'm going to go through the images because I think like the image, they will talk by themselves. I made this reportage 2019 when was the warmest time in Earth based on records that was more hot in the Earth, right? So this happened in Mozambique, in the center of Mozambique. And I'm going to do something that I'm very bad at to do it, which I'm going to talk through the pictures. We all talking about, every time we're talking about the climate change, and we think that is a future. It's not future, it's happening right now. And this is one of the examples. That's why I choose very carefully each picture which is here, because I wanted to bring the image of catastrophe. So because it's not a future, it's happening already right now. This woman, for example, is she's sitting here. She just lost her house few days before the picture. And the only thing that left with her is exactly the baby and a small piece of the roof of the house where she's living. And she was already hit by the same cyclone 2 times on the same place. I'm going to move a little bit here. This is another case where you have this woman. She's only with a baby, as you can see it. The house is destroyed, but she's still, even from the house, she have no other place to go. That's why I said before, I compare with the war refugees. When they flee from home, they have somebody who can take care of them or a campsite. But the cyclone victims, they run from home and they have no place to go. It's just water to water or water to dry, dry, dry and hot lands. So I find these people, all of them here, like normally, because I went to them environment, and I find them exactly on the way you see them in a picture. Was not asking them to move. That was exactly the way I saw them. I photographed all of them in silence. So here you can feel what they feel and what they're doing every single day. And after going 2 or 3 days to the same place, I was finding this lady with a baby in the same place, because this was the only dry place in all the area where she was living. So we call it a new house, a new piece of land that she had. This woman here, she's standing exactly on the middle of the living room where she lived for more than 30 years. This used to be a house, and she's right there. And was the only thing she said, I asked her was her house, and she said it's right here. So I photographed her exactly on the middle of the house. As you can see, the table, the buckets, like the wind took out everything around. Now I'm talking about these victims. They're still right now on the same place. And for sure, in 7 months is another cyclone or floods that are going to affect the same people. Here is this woman. She's pregnant. And going back to what I said before, like we don't know what she's thinking about, but she's pregnant and see the condition that she's living. And when we're talking about there's no planet B, it's exactly for this baby who is inside her belly. Like, there's another planet that I can take care of my son, of my kids, but we just have one, and we will never have another planet B. These babies, those kids who are here, we're afraid that, like, if we don't take care of the climate, maybe they're going to take the grandchildren that Poland used to snow one day. So, and the lady, I photographed her, and I went back 2 years after. The same lady was there on the same place holding the baby, which means that, like, she was on the same place. And now, after 5 years, I'm sure that she's still on the same place with the kid playing around this area. And there's a lot of big problems that happen during the cyclone. It's not just the wind and the floods, but also after, even when it's getting dry, we have a lot of problems with the mosquitoes, malaria, cholera, because the same people, they start to drink this water. The kids have shower with this water, then they have infections, mosquitoes, so it's double trouble. It's not just the losing the place, but they also consume the water. So they have diarrheas, they die with malaria and many other things. This lady here, I made this picture after I spoke with her. She was leaving the house after 30 years living in this place. And I asked her where she's going. She was going to a high part of the village to see if she find a dry place because down was too much water. And it's the place where she lost all her family. She was living with the parents, husband, but everybody because of the rain disappeared. And she was just taking her only things that left and take the baby and move to find a dry land, not running for the war like what we used to hear every day on the news. She's looking for a dry place in the world to live and grow something. So once again, to raise the awareness, it's like the climate change is not the future, it's not coming, it's already here happening. And as we can see, these people, they're living the consequences right now. This one here is like, I call it resilience, because as you can see, she's pregnant. And me, myself, I was there, equipment, I had boots, I had the privilege. And she was on the top of just to be on the top of this metal house, small movement, the house falls, she will cut all herself because everything there is sharp and she's pregnant. And I was talking to her before before I photograph, but she couldn't even talk to me or give me any feedback because she was very resilient and brave fixing her house. She needed to create a roof. So this is a pregnant mother taking all this risk to be up in here. And if you go see closer the picture, you're going to see that the climate's still not okay. You see the dark over here and the hope somewhere over here. So when the refugees of a climate change, they always follow the white clouds because there's a hope to be at least few weeks without raining. But here you can see is a storm. The water just stopped there. It's dense. It's not like a natural weather. I would like to stop here. Then I'm going to open for more questions because this one here, exactly what made me to call this exhibition There's No Planet B, because this used to be a village for more than 2,000 people. And today I photograph a village with no houses and just few metal houses. But it used to be a village. 7 years ago, it's not a village anymore. So the question is like, where are the people? Some of them died. Some of them looking to a dry place. And other people on the campsites. And well, this if we inspect planet B, I think there is no another planet to live, except we all end up one day like this. If we don't stop now and take care of our nature, those kids, maybe them kids, they will never see snow again in Poland. So it would be very, very nice to raise awareness about this issue of climate change. I put on the pictures behind there the consequences of the one of the consequence of the climate change. As you can see, like the burning plastics, the burning car wheels, and this happen every single day. And another picture behind down there is I would like to finish with this picture because this picture is a mirror, is a reflection of all of us. We just don't see that we're on the middle of all this trash because we throw it away and we recycle. But this is how we are, all of us. We consume and we're drowning ourselves with plastics and things that we don't need it, but we don't see it. So this is a picture that really shows the mirror of each of us. We don't see it now because at home we have a dustbin, we put it on dustbin, but at the end of all, we just don't see it. But this is how we live today. So if we start cleaning our house, which is our planet, we can keep the planet better, at least for the new generation who comes tomorrow. Thank you.